Welcome to our October Mitchell Parks and Rec Board meeting. It is 4:31 and we'll call this meeting to order. We'll start with the approval of the September meeting minutes from Tuesday, September 9th. Anyone sees any corrections or additions, please note those. And if not, we'll make a motion
I'll make a motion.
to accept the minutes.
Yes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. As for old business, our adult exercise equipment has been reinstalled. I think most of those pieces have been moved over to the empty section of asphalt next to the basketball courts. Mayor, have you been over to survey that? And it looks
I went over and
good.
looked at it, I thought it looked really good. You did a really good job putting them back.
Good deal. Mid-States Rep has not sent us new sketches and quotes. We asked them to make a few changes according to our comments and from our first meeting with him, which would have been last month. He says their design team is way behind, but he sent a message, I think, on the 11th stating that he knows that we're waiting on those. At the Lawrence County Community Foundation's annual dinner, a presentation was given and we were awarded $50,000 in matching grant funds for our project. So that basically means we have, I know they kept mentioning the winter season, and we need to I know she didn't give us like hard times, but I believe there's gonna be a certain time where we have to raise all those funds for them to match each of those dollars up to $50,000, so,
For some reason in my mind, it was December 31st.
of 2026, or of this year.
I took it to mean of this year.
And he kept mentioning winter, and I was like, oh my, because I don't remember us ever talking like that would happen that quickly, but if it is, then we're gonna have to get the ball rolling. I know that we have had a few individuals as well as organizations and businesses reach out already with promises to give, so once they'll either bring checks or mail checks to the city, or they will, we'll be getting a platform set up for them to give online. Sinclair Recreation, at the request of LCCF, we met with Sinclair Recreation, which is a company that LCCF had worked with for a project in Shoals. She thought it was going to be significantly less than our quotes from the other places. Looking at the quotes, once we added that port in place element, and I don't even know that he didn't, well, we would get one half price unit. He did not make note of that discount on here, and it still came to, gosh, about the same or more, right? $861. So port in place, surface,
Well, 861, but you turn the page and
and
he's
then
got
it's
the
$699,
and
right?
he's got his discount in the
Okay.
front.
Okay, so yeah, 861, and then he takes off 180,000, and then he adds freight back, I believe. The discount, yeah. Then it comes to 699, 975. Now, once we get a rewrite from Mid-States with some of those changes that we made, because I will say it looks to be, and the pictures I did not have Lori print them because I'll have to just forward you guys the email. There is a lot on here. Like, he just added a little bit of everything, I think. Very much, I think, similar to a lot of stuff that we have already for Mid-States. But the renderings do a better job, obviously, than anything like this, to show what all is included, So what they do is they offer half price off of the largest unit, so it looks like they one of the units was, must have been around. Actually, it looks like that's weird. Trying to decide where the discount came in.
I think it was on several different pieces of equipment. He just
Yeah.
said that things like shade and stuff like that was not eligible, but
So the discount ended up being $186.91.29, yeah, but it's not clear as to how he itemized the discount, but either way, that's a significant discount, but at the same time, I will say that, you know, if we haven't proposed anything in the way of, you know, trying to counter an offer with the other organization, with the other mid-states group, then I don't know. I haven't had a chance to look over these and see how they prepare, or how they compare to, the other quotes. The port in place surface is the same, I think it's about, what did he say? 2715 per square foot. 2715, so that came to 300,143, which I believe is similar to the others. Price includes supply and installation of 4-inch crushed stone subbase, but not the, cures, okay. So yeah, that's something for us to look at, and discuss. What are your thoughts, Mayor? You think that's a better, just on your initial?
it's a little bit less money, but it also says in there, of course, we'll take care of all the demolition, which we were going to anyway.
Yeah.
Because some of the other quotes had such a high cost figure on there.
Yeah. So, be interesting to see. I've not mentioned to, Paul at Mid-States that we had, you know, met with this guy. Sounds like they know each other, but, I believe, and I could be wrong, I think this guy took into account more that, a little bit more of the separation of the toddler area than the main area. At least he separated them as units on the proposal, so. But I think either one of them are gonna work with us to come up with something, we just have to make a decision, so that might be something we put this in the hands of our R&D folks today, and we give them all these things and have them meet on their own and look through them. I think I like having somebody with a little more knowledge of this kind of stuff, just. Would you be willing to sit on that committee, Gary, with our other volunteers, the playground committee, if we have like a research and design subcommittee within our other committee, can you sit on that as a representative of our board?
Sure.
And that brings about your experience from, okay. You know, that one place that you're no longer affiliated with?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be helpful. Okay, we'll move through that, and I'll pass these plans on to you guys so you can kind of see this is Sinclair Recreations renderings and quotes. The goal after our meeting today is to get a crowdfunding campaign website set up once Mr. Pittman, right, who's our lawyer,
Correct.
has an ordinance written and it's approved by city council. We're looking at a couple different platforms. The creating places and the patronicity one might not work for the entire project, just because it's goes up to about $100,000 project. Unless you're just finishing off your campaign, it might not be the best one to use. I was kind of bummed about that because I know I've heard good things about that through the IHCDA. So we'll form committees with chairs, and we'll have a campaign committee, fundraising committee. They might work closely together. Paul Sanders, I'd like to kind of put him with the R&D or the project management, and Liz Baker, who can't be here, will help us with that, as well as a social media campaign. So we have some leads in place for those, and we'll have them kind of form bonds today and come up with a list of things that they know they can get started on independently. So Corinne, who we chose for our campaign director, wave Corinne, okay. She's told us that there's possibility she might be moving in the next several months. But either way, we'll work to have someone work alongside her to transition into that role as that chair. Persimmon 5K update, income. Do we know how much you made on that? Or, I'm sorry, how much Jamie made for that?
$4,664.
Does that count the?
That counts,
A little
that
bit.
is after he took out his timing fee.
Okay.
So it was over 5,000.
And I dropped off a small portion in cash and checks, but that wasn't more than probably.
He said a
400.
little, no, he said it was like a little over $100.
Yeah, it wasn't that much.
Yeah. 120, 130 something.
So, a little over $4,700.
Okay. So yeah. Yay us. Plans for next year, I'm sure, unless you tell us that you just don't want us to do it, we'll be there to help you with that event next
We
year.
never turn down a volunteer.
You can't fire us, so you know. Okay. Christmas event, we've met with our other entities and volunteers now twice, August 29th and October 10th. Our responsibilities for that are cookies with Santa, paying Santa to be present for the full event, Santa's float, sponsorships, and promotion of the event, and we've secured the photographers for both Santa's event, the Cookies with Santa event, as well as Santa in the Park. Does anybody have any closing thoughts or additions to any of these items? No? Okay, any comments for the good of the order? November 17th would be our next meeting if we were going by our third Monday rule. Which I figure we might as well just go back to that, at least through the rest of the year. Unless anybody has any objections. That's a Monday night. Is that okay with everybody?
Sounds good.
All right. Anyone want to make a motion to adjourn our regularly scheduled meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Meeting adjourned at 4:44. You good?